world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. Be blessed by the divine. Good morning to every one of you. Nice to see all of you after a week. Freedom is the secret for happiness. Freedom is the oxygen for the soul. At the same time, freedom is not given to us. We have to fight to win that freedom. These are all the sayings of great scholars. Do we have freedom? If we have freedom, do we use it effectively? In what areas we have freedom and what areas we don't have freedom, and how much freedom we have, what exactly freedom is, and what exactly the most important freedom we should have in our life. These are the questions. I'm just trying to find answers for all these questions today. Our ancestors struggled a lot, not only struggled a lot, sacrificed their life to get freedom for our country, India. We are also struggling after freedom, after independence. Every day we are struggling from morning to night for something. What for we are struggling? They fought, they struggled to get freedom for India. Now we are struggling to enjoy happiness all the time. We are struggling even to drive on in a car on the road. We are struggling to earn money, to save money, to protect our wealth, to convince our kids for something, or even to control our weight, or to control the insulin, sugar level. So many things from morning to night, we are like running in a treadmill and always struggling to achieve something. What for we are struggling? Our ancestors struggled to get freedom. What for we are struggling? Are we struggling for a wrong purpose? If there is a freedom, there is no struggle. If there is no freedom, we have to struggle. So what for we are struggling? I'm just trying to think in this direction. Whatever struggles we have in convincing our kids or convincing our wife or in getting what food I wanted, or even if my friend calls me now today and asking me whether we can go for dinner tomorrow night, do I have the freedom to tell, yes, we will go tomorrow? Maybe on certain things, yes, but not on all things. I need to discuss with my partner or whoever is related to my work. So all that, maybe I don't have the freedom. I have to get consent from somebody else, even though I want it. Even many times I have seen that my wife is not cooking as per her wish, as per her desire, or as per her taste. She considers what kids like or what I like. So where freedom is lacking, where we need freedom, what for we are struggling? If we ask this question, really we may understand that every day we are struggling to achieve something. Whether that goal is to really get freedom or not, if I think, I doubt very much. We are struggling. I want to do like that. So I am struggling to get that job done, either in the office or at the home. So I have certain goal, and according to that goal, I am struggling to achieve that. Whether that goal is the really ultimate goal of achieving freedom. What is ultimate goal? Every lecture we say that the purpose of birth is this, that, and now also I am saying the purpose of birth or ultimate goal is freedom. Something wrong here, right? The purpose of birth is self-realization, divine realization, mukti, moksha. All that is correct. There is one more word explaining the purpose of birth, which is called liberation. What is liberation? Then why we say freedom also? What is the difference between freedom and liberation? Liberation is the purpose of birth. Liberation means mukti. Mukti means moksha. Moksha means self-realization, divine realization. All are referring to one particular subject, one particular purpose. Liberation means setting myself free. I am in a jail, liberated. Means I am now free to do anything. Liberation means setting free. Whereas freedom means being free. Now I am free, I am enjoying the freedom, so I am free. We are free. The world is free or unfree. Many times the world is not free. The world is unfree, means I can't do anything what I wanted in my life, even if I have freedom. So I need to follow the social norms, disciplines. According to that, I can do whatever I wanted to wanted to do in my life, right? So liberation means setting myself free, and freedom means being free. We are born to do that, means to get myself free. Okay, what areas, then what freedom we are referring? Freedom means if somebody is asking me for dinner, I should have the freedom to decide. I should have freedom to enjoy as I wanted in life. That is also a freedom. But the true freedom means freedom from everything, freedom from all outside situations. Freedom from everything is freedom. That is liberation. How to do it? That is setting myself free. That process is called liberation. So if I can achieve liberation, then I am free from everything. That means nobody else can influence me. I am deciding it. I know what is right, what is wrong. Everything is up to me. Outside situation doesn't influence me. There are no freedoms in today's world for freedom of language, freedom in selecting the God, or freedom in work, freedom in choosing the partner. I used to think because arranged marriage, right? So, I already everything my parents decided, and they just for the namesake, I said I wanted, I mean, when I see my wife's photo, I said, sorry, rejected. I don't want to marry her. Finished, full stop. So they called me to Coimbatore, where my sister was there. And when I went to Coimbatore from Chennai, my father, mother, my sister, and my uncle, so many relatives, around 10 people were there. My father's brother, everybody is there to convince me that no, you have to accept. Why you want to reject? This is how I felt. My God, I am going to live with a lady, with a girl, with a lady, and I have no freedom to choose or even to say. I said, but it is not at all accepted. So they convinced me by one simple question, because the reason I said was a stupid reason. So anyway, so the freedom to choose a partner, the freedom in whatever I wanted to do. So then why we say that ultimate goal, ultimate purpose is freedom from everything? Because if I have that liberation, if I am able to free myself from everything else, then what I am, who I am, I become one with the God. I'm not separate. I become one with the God. The moment I am struggling something, I am seeing God as separate. I am separate. What I want is separate. Everything is separate. If I am free from everything else, the remaining is only one, which is the divinity. So I become one with the divinity. The liberation is we are born in this earth, worldly matters, and we are bonded. We are attached. We are tied up by a rope of in terms of materials, people, affection, love. So many things are bonding us. All those bondings are putting me in a jail, which is I don't have the freedom of that. So the ultimate purpose of birth is liberation, and being free is a freedom. And that freedom, if I have it, then I am one with the divinity. That means whatever I think it will happen, and I will think only what is possible. That is a blissful life. What I'm thinking is going to happen, and what is not possible, I'm not going to think at all. So where is the question of problem, challenge, struggle, fighting, upset? Nothing. What is possible only I'm going to think, and what I think it will happen. What a kind of blissful life it is. That is the purpose of our birth. So now, if I have to achieve that state of freedom, what I should do? What freedom is most important in my life, living in this world? That is now the topic for today's discussion. So, number one question, I just want your opinion on your chat box. What are the areas I should have freedom? to achieve my ultimate purpose, which is liberation or becoming one with the God, and I am free from everything, right? So what are the areas where I should have freedom? Two, what is the most important freedom I should have? Can you please throw your thoughts on the chat box based on the understanding so far, whatever I shared? Because people say that once you are married, whatever you want to change, you change now itself. After marriage, you can't even change the TV channel because you don't have any freedom. After marriage, the bachelor loses, the gents lose bachelor degree, whereas woman gets master degree after marriage. These are all the jokes where people used to share it, because what happens after marriage and before marriage? Before marriage, golden period. After marriage, it's like a jail. So all these things are there. We know that, and we experienced in many areas as well. So my question is, what areas we need freedom, and what is the most important freedom? Yes, please. Madras 59. What is that freedom? No thoughts? Or is it a tough question? What areas I need freedom? Very simple. I just want to spend money as I want. I don't need to check with anybody, maybe. So money areas are, I am just giving something so that you can think on it. What area I should have freedom, and what is the most important freedom? To take our decisions ourselves. Fantastic. Sure. If I go to the textile shop, even the shirt, dress, what I want, if my wife decides what is this, right? I am going to use that shirt. So decision, excellent. I need freedom to do my spiritual sadhana. Yes, absolutely. Actually, unfortunately, I know one of my close friend here. She wanted to learn yoga, she wanted to do meditation, but her husband is totally against it. So she is not even allowed to learn yoga, and he puts the block there. So freedom to do my spiritual sadhana. And even if you want to do sadhana, even if husband accepts or wife accepts it, you should have time and freedom to do and those appropriate time frames. So yes, fantastic. Freedom to do my spiritual sadhana. Anything, any else, any other? Nobody wants freedom, or all freedom is available with us, so that you don't need to bother about it. What areas I need? I have all the freedom. There are many people, they say that I am free to do anything. It's a total lie, actually. I am free to do anything. Are you really? No. There are. What other comments? Okay. Anyway, I'll just carry on now. What areas we need freedom? There are 5 areas we need freedom in our life. If we can have that freedom, then only we will be able to attain the final purpose of birth, which is liberation, which is the freedom from everything. Okay, so once you have these 5 freedom, the freedom in 5 areas, that leads to the 5 areas what I have listed down is based on my understanding about the concept of Vedatriyam. Okay, of course, this you won't find it anywhere, but it is given in many poems, actually. Freedom to think, freedom to thought. Obviously, we all have freedom to think anything. Nobody is stopping. You should not think about Prime Minister or Nayantara or any actress or actor. We have freedom to think on anything. I'm sure we all have that freedom. Nobody is stopping it unless you stop it when you do meditation. So freedom to think and thought is fine. Okay, so now let me go through each one where we need freedom. Without that freedom, life will be full of struggles. And all the struggles, what we do every day, aiming for something, but it is not really for the true freedom. True freedom is the freedom from everything around us. Actually, not only everything around us, even yourself. Freedom from everything and including yourself, that is called true freedom. True freedom is that. Okay. So now the first freedom, freedom from pleasure and pain. We are all struggling to enjoy happiness all the time. Maharishi has written in the book where he Yoga for Human Excellence, Volume 1, first chapter, first page, and he says that every living thing wants to enjoy happy living. Every living thing wants to live happily. But when they suffer pain, when they experience pain because of the past karma, past mistake, they again do the mistake. Again, they do some sin. And now what happens is past mistake, now suffering. Now, while experiencing the pain, I make another mistake of giving a pain. So earning a sin, and the pain continues. Or pain comes in a later date. So he says, 95% or 98% of the people, majority of the people, this is what he said, majority of the people, they never experienced beyond pleasure and pain. Either they are in happiness or in upset mood. That's it. But there are four feelings human has the capability. One is pain, the other is pleasure. And if these two are not there, peace is there, which is balanced state. No pleasure, no pain, but peace. But these three, beyond the three, there is a fourth one called bliss, ecstasy, infinite happiness. Because if I enjoy a movie, after a certain time, that enjoyment will become painful. Whereas bliss means infinite amount of time, I am happy, infinite quantity. So it means bliss. I don't know how to explain that. Ecstasy or bliss. Always I enjoy happiness. That is called bliss. So now pain and pleasure is only part of that whole feelings. Only two, half of the pain, pleasure. We have to cross pain and pleasure, reach peace. Unless I reach peace, I can't go to the blissful state. So blissful is my ultimate goal. Only when I am totally free from everything, I can reach that blissful state by becoming one with the divinity. So in order to go to that blissful state of living, I need to go to peaceful state. For that, I need to be free myself from pain and pleasure. So how can I free myself from pain and pleasure? How to get freedom from pain and pleasure? Now, pain and pleasure, if you ask what is the definition of pain and pleasure, Maharishi has given a couple of definitions. At least two definitions are most important to understand how can I get freedom from pain and pleasure. But the first question, is that possible? Can I get out of pain and pleasure in my life? Think for a minute. Definitely may not be possible. We may think, if I have a headache, how can I get out of that headache pain? I have to suffer through the pain. There is no other choice, correct? Really, there is no other choice? There is a choice. Just 6 months before, actually here, the same chair, when I was there, after the English class, English session, my grandson was on my lap and he was playing and something on top. I was just trying to pack things here on the computer and all that. And he doesn't sit in one place, right? He was moving his hand and things like that. And he fell down. He fell down like that. And on the floor, there is no carpet here. So there is a small crack here and blood started coming immediately. So he started crying and then I took him. Then my daughter came in, she took it. She was crying like anything because blood was bleeding. And then I remembered something and I went downstairs to the hall and there was a new toy, which I told him that I have a new toy, but I didn't give him so far until that time. So I took the new toy, brought it up and then gave the new toy to him by opening that box, finished. The crying stopped. Okay. Though there is some movement there, the pain is reduced almost like 90%. And he started laughing at the toy. Where is the pain? If the toy is not there, the pain will be there with him for another 10 minutes. He might be continuing. Even we may have some pain. And when I watch a movie or when I listen some music, which is more very favorite and you like it, and then your pain subsides. So even if pain is there, there is a possibility that you can get out of the pain. You can free yourself from that feelings of pain. Our ancestors, great sages, one of the sage, his name is Tayumanavar, and he was in a total meditation, and they thought that this fellow is dead because for days together he is like that, no movement, no listening, nothing. So they took him to the graveyard. So they laid on the graveyard and they started firing from the feet, and the feet is gone, the feet is burned. Now he woke up. Oh my God, you burnt my leg. Okay, burn everything. So he just again went to that. And we know that there is another great sage, which everybody knows, who is very popular, who is well known for the article, Who Am I? He got cancer, and there was the doctor, you have to do some surgery. And he said, no need of anesthesia. You do whatever you want. Perfect. And no pain at all. Why? He is totally free from pain and pleasure. Very simple logic. We have to try that. I haven't experienced it, but I'm trying for it. The thing is, whenever you have any pain anywhere in the body, keep your consciousness out of the physical body. As long as the mind is inside operating, the mind only feels the pain. The mind only feels the pleasure. If I can shift the mind outside my physical body to somewhere in the universal field or moon, sun, or anywhere, or in some other body, that is not going to feel in this physical body. And one of the great sage, he had a severe stomach pain, and he had to give a lecture in one of the temple, right? So he was suffering from pain, and there are thousands of people assembled there for the lecture, and he thought that stomach pain is too much. Okay, fine. And you know, the grass, there are some grass which is really taller. Okay, so he asked somebody to bring that grass from the farm, and they brought the grass with the root. And so he took a bunch of grass with him, and he went to the hall, and he kept the grass on nearby. And what he did, he shifted the focus to the grass. Means he did something. And what happens is, like if he has a stomach pain, how he will move? Oh my God, this, that. The grass was dancing, it looks like. Okay, the people, and he started without pain, he was giving his lecture. Absolutely no issue at all. And once the lecture is over, people asked something, why the grass is dancing? It is removed from the form. And he said that, sorry, I shifted my consciousness there and mind there, and it is feeling my pain sitting there, and he is not feeling. See what kind of tech? It looks like it's a story, but yes, it is possible. So anyway, the first freedom, what we need is freedom from pain and pleasure. Now, freedom from pain and pleasure. We all are born to enjoy happiness, but we get affected just by seeing something. When we are kids, anything you see, whether you see a snake or not, the baby is happy. Even if snake is coming close, because it doesn't know snake bites and we die. No. So the child is happy in seeing everything, in hearing every sound, the child is happy. And we used to be like that. But higher we age, something happened to us, and we don't laugh, or we don't smile, or we don't enjoy happiness. Something we acquired while we growing. So the pain and pleasure, we need to get freedom from that. We need to develop a skill to shift our focus or our consciousness outside our physical body, for which Maharishi has given a meditation to do meditation on Panchabhuta, Navagraha, and universal magnetic field in Turiyatit meditation. All this meditation helps us to expand our mind from the physical body to other side. If we can shift it, we will not be able to feel that pain. Okay, and I am trying. Sometimes whenever I have any pain is there, I try to shift it, but I'm not able to even experience 1% growth or 2% growth. Some severe sadhana is required, I guess, I'm sure. So anyway, but that is possible. At least two definitions, what Maharishi says, let us reduce the pain. Number one definition is, the pain and pleasure is nothing but the change in biomagnetism in our body. If I spend excess biomagnetism, I feel pleasure. But if I spend biomagnetism from the stock which is not excess, then I feel pain. So the pain and pleasure is not outside. This is number one point. Pain and pleasure is not outside. Pain and pleasure is within me. And it is nothing but the change in biomagnetic quantity. Now, if I can keep always my biomagnetism as excess, and if I know not to drain my biomagnetic level, then I can enjoy only happiness, not pain. At least I need to get freedom from pain and pleasure. That is the ultimate goal. But that means I should not enjoy anything. Wow, somebody is dancing it beautiful, and I should not enjoy that. No, you should be in bliss to do that, to enjoy that dance, not in happiness state. Happiness state means after a certain time, it turns into pain. So freedom from pain and pleasure is to enjoy peace, minimum, at least peace, if not bliss, right? So freedom from pain and pleasure, first kind, number one, biomagnetic level should be excess all the time. And Maharishi has given us beautiful exercise to keep our biomagnetic level very high all the time. Kayakalpa exercises. One, mirror exercise, lamp exercise, all our meditations, silence. It all gives us more biomagnetism for us. And the one which is blocking the biomagnetism or draining the biomagnetism is food, work, rest, sex, and thought. And if the thought is emotional, my biomagnetic energy is wasted. So moderation in those five will help me to keep my energy level very high so that I don't go to that pain. So I can be free from at least pain, if not pleasure. So number one, happiness. The pleasure and pain is not outside, it is within me. Number two, that depends on the happiness or pain depends on my quantity of biomagnetism in my body, so that we try our best to keep the energy level high. That is the second point. The third point, even if something goes wrong, which triggers me to go upset, at least at that moment, I should take control of that. That means, no, something going wrong. That is why Maharishi said, Netriyil, Uchiyil, Nyabagamayiru. Keep your focus on Agna or here. Then you are in awareness state. Then you can think what is right and what is wrong. And the purpose of birth is to enjoy happiness. Why I should get upset? And the freedom I need is freedom from happiness and pain. Why I should get pain now? Why I should take the pain now? I don't need to take pain from anything outside. So the first freedom is freedom from pain. Then why I should get upset? Why I should pain myself? That question should come to me the moment I am in Agna or I am in Turiyam. If I can do that, then I will know, oh, right, no, let me not be in jail by suffering or by feeling a pain because of some external situations. So the first freedom is freedom from pain and pleasure. Now, how people are there today's world, I actually, it was in Alcor community. I went to visit one of my friends there. We were there with the family, and when we were talking, that host, that lady, got a call from her sister who is in India, and that sister told that, hey, quick, switch on the TV, go and see channel number 754. She said, okay, I will see. Immediately she disconnected the phone and she switched on the TV and switched on the Airtel receiver remote, and 754. She pressed 754. You are not subscribed to this channel 754. That voice message is coming, and she was looking at her husband, firing her husband through eyes with AK-47. What is this nonsense? You said that all channels will come. Now I am seeing 754 and such important thing is going on and the channel is not coming. Literally firing through eyes, because we all are there. She can't use any, with words. So, but we can see her eyes, how much fire is there in that look. Okay. Now, then after she tried, if it is not subscribed, finish, you won't get the channel, right? So after 10 minutes, her sister called again. Did you see it? No, sorry, here. Then she started complaining about her husband for 10 minutes. And then she asked, okay, what happened? No. The news reader had a gold ornament here, fantastic. I want you to see that. And I am sure it is available in Qatar. After all, for this, how much struggle she had? Almost like 10 minutes, she was firing her husband. She herself was not in a good mood, searching this, that, and then she went to the YouTube to see whether live program is there or not. Means so many struggles it happened in the last 10 minutes just to see one small earring that design. Okay, so now we are suffering because of small things which is happening around us. The energy level is getting drained. So number one, freedom from pleasure and pain. Now the second freedom is important one. Can we achieve 100% the freedom from pleasure and pain by keeping the energy level high? Not possible. In fact, in my experience, whatever people I am meeting, counseling, and I am hearing, the energy level is not at all a problem. People are eating good things, doing exercise, doing meditation, and they are into sky. The energy level is good, but still they are struggling to enjoy happiness all the time, and they are upset for so many things. What for? That is a second freedom. Freedom from intellect, which this may be surprising to you. Of course, all these are based on my understanding of Vedatriyam concept. You just listen it, chew it, analyze it, think whether it is correct or wrong, and think whether it is useful or not. If it is useful, apply it. Freedom from intellect. Maharishi has written in a poem about intellect, buddhi. The buddhi is nothing but the imprints of subconscious mind. The subconscious mind has all the database which is recorded. And if that memory, that is again memory, right? The imprints, what is there, if it says that the 754 channel, it has to come. If it is not coming, I'm not happy. Because we have so many imprints saying that for lunch, rice, no idli for lunch. The moment wife brings me idli for lunch, I'm upset. Why? My database says lunch means rice, breakfast means idli. Strongly imprinted. My energy is high to enjoy happiness. But the problem is, the moment I see something wrong, which is against or which is not matching with the quality of imprint I have, then I feel it is a pain. And if it is matching, I feel as a pain. As a pleasure. So one is early morning, if somebody asks, can we play cricket? Yeah, I enjoy cricket. But you come from office at 7 o'clock, do we play cricket now? Hey, are you mad? I am tired so now. So energy is low. That is the first definition. When energy is low, if you are spending it, pain. Energy is high, you are spending it, happiness. The second point is energy is high. Still, if you spend it, when you spend it, and what for you are spending it, if it is not matching with the quality of imprint I have, I feel that as a pain. So freedom from pain and pleasure, in order to achieve that 100%, you have to have freedom from intellect. All our intellect is based on memory, is based on calculation, is based on all my past experience. It is nothing but my habit. We have to get out of habit. Maharishi says, man is struggling between habit and wisdom. He knows something is good, but the habit, the imprint, that database says, no, lunch means idli. Wife means she has to do like that. Channel means it has to come whenever I want it. It should. So all these things are recorded there. And intellect is calculating based on what is there in the database. So if I am free from intellect, then I can enjoy happiness all the time. I am free from everything. For example, is this correct or wrong? Why I am saying, though I say that you think, analyze whether it is correct or wrong, I am convinced because the small baby enjoys all the time, happy all the time, even if a snake comes, because the baby's database doesn't say, oh, it is a snake. If it bites, it is a poison. And then I die. No, there is no database there. So the baby sees snake as a divine and it enjoys. No pain at all. So even if a snake, even if a mother beats the baby, after 5 minutes, the baby doesn't remember. And the baby kisses her mother after 1 minute of beating. Why? No memory there. If intellect is there, No. Mommy, you shouted at me. Why I should come to you? No. You want me to eat? I will not eat. I will do the exact opposite of what you want because you gave pain to me. I am not going to do this. Why? Because of intellect. That is because of the memory. That is because of the imprints I had. Now, if I can be free from all those imprints, what I acquired from my birth or previous birth, how beautiful the life is. Really, you will live like a baby. Means now with the power, with intelligence, with all the knowledge, everything, I have the full freedom to do what I want what is right all the time, not influenced by any external environment. So the second freedom is freedom from intellect, buddhi. So that freedom will give me, maybe the 1 and 2 freedom will make me to enjoy or means to free from pleasure and pain by 100%. And how can I be free from the imprints, the genetic center? So to be free from the imprints, I have to purify the genetic center. If I don't purify my genetic center, all my database will start giving me problems all the time. Even if I try to forget it, it will come. No. One lady, she was making dosa for her husband, and husband saw the dosa. It was in 10 pieces. It's not like a one round piece. So he shouted, "Come on, what is this? You can't make one dosa properly. You are cooking for 15 years. This is how your parents brought you up. You don't know how to make a dosa. Now, okay, please don't eat that dosa. I will eat it. I will bring a dosa with a complete round shape without any pieces, right?" So she made a good dosa after a little bit struggle there. And she brought the dosa in a round shape without any pieces. I mean, one piece, round piece, put it on the thing, the dosa, that utensil, which you take it, the dosa from the dosa stone, right? So she said with that, "Okay, now I have given you the full dosa. Now let me see how you are eating it without, without breaking it. The full dosa you eat. Let me see now how you are eating it, because you want full dosa, right?" If she says like that, for example, why? Her memory says that, no, if he asks like dosa, let me see that. She's not happy. The guy is not happy because of the database. Dosa means it's one full piece. So all that is causing problem to make sure I suffer. I am inside this pleasure and pain because of the intellect. So Maharishi has given beautiful techniques to purify our genetic center. The first technique is shift the focus from genetic center, Muladhara chakra, to Agna. So the moment something goes wrong, you may get upset, focus here. That means genetic center is stopped. Genetic center, the valve is closed. Now genetic center has very little role. Now you think, should I get upset or not? What for I should get upset? Why dosa is coming like that? Not because of lack of quality or lack of skills of my wife. It is because of the God. My boss has been asking a report all the time. I never gave a report. I give report by mixing few reports together, combined. I make one report now. I give you a report. All the time I give you a report like that. Now God is taking, you want dosa, one full piece? Sorry, you will never get dosa in your life. Even if you get it, you can't eat it. Cause, effect. So now if I use my intellect properly, then I will understand. But if my memory plays a role, then I become addicted to my subconscious mind. By the way, the science says the root culprit for all our emotions are subconscious mind. And Maharishi has written beautifully in a poem, Sittam Sirappu Arindal. That means if those who realize the value of subconscious mind, the database, you can excel in your life. You can empower yourself in your life. So if you are in Agna, you are not going through pain. You are not going through the pleasure. You can take control of what you are going to do, what you are experiencing it. So purification of genetic center, you need to do, there are 3 methods: expiation, superimposition, and dissipation. So all those 3 methods on a long run, if I can practice that, I cleanse my genetic center so that the database is clean. But because of this WhatsApp, today's WhatsApp, If somebody reads all the messages in WhatsApp, the generic center will get corrupted. And worse than that is today's TV serial or movies. Everywhere, all violence or all immoral things are shown in the TV serials or movies. Money or lady or power. These three are the three major core concepts out of which the movies, TV serial, all are produced. Out of the three, hardly some things are there. So anyway, so freedom from intellect, we have to be careful when something goes wrong, what I should do. Be in Agna or be in Turiyam to make sure my intellect doesn't play a role. I play a role of Maharishi. What Maharishi will do here? What divine will do here? That is the concept we should bring it, because my aim is to free from everything. Everything, dosa or whatever happening around me, I have to free myself away from that. I have to become one with the divinity, but he is a living divine. So maybe I can imagine what Maharishi will do here. Okay, let me do that if nothing is working out for me. So freedom from that. And Maharishi has given other things like superimposition. All the satsang, the programs what you are attending now, or any good lectures, if you can hear it, all sits on the genetic center. All negative things are getting superimposed with the positive imprints, so that at least we get away from pain. We don't go through pain. That is really a painful process, right? So we have to free ourselves from intellect. For that, purification of genetic center, superimposition technique by satsang, by seeing good, hearing good, taste, whatever of having friendship with good people or good souls, all those things will help me to get freedom from those aspects. And another important thing is Maharishi has written a poem in which that due to my imprints, I do a wrong calculation. Because of wrong calculation, I have expectation. The expectation is nothing but the wrong calculation of my intellect. Wife means she has to do like this. So the expectation blocks my happiness, and always it gives disappointment, because what I expect it will not happen. So I am disappointed, and disappointment results in unhappiness, and so I suffer pain. So expectation, we need to minimize our expectation. We may have to struggle. What for we have to struggle? Otherwise, I may not get even food actually. I may have to struggle to get the job done in my office. So there are certain basic things. For basic things, nothing wrong in struggling, because Maharishi has written in another poem, even if you are a great saint, you have to take effort to get your food. Otherwise, food will not come. I need to do something to get my food. I have to work or I have to struggle, whatever it is. So the basic things I need to struggle. All the rest is a luxury. I don't need to struggle. Quietly, with a peaceful mind, let me find out how can I get it for my needs or my wants, right? So freedom from intellect, that's the second one. So far what we have seen, freedom from pain, pleasure and pain, that is the one, and freedom from intellect is the second one. Now the third one, maybe should I ask a question? What do you think could be the third one? Freedom from, having gone through, having understood freedom from pain and pleasure and freedom from intellect, what could be the freedom you think? If you think you are into your subconscious mind, you are now grinding your subconscious mind for the data. And if you are in subconscious mind, what you are hearing now, it sits very strongly and powerfully. And when you are sleeping also, it will start working on it. So what do you think, other than these two, I have three more freedoms which is required. 3 or 2 more. Freedom from over intelligence. Excellent. Superb. That is my fourth freedom. Excellent. Anything else? So now see, people, everybody knows it. As Vivekananda said, education is nothing but the manifestation of what is already existing within us. We know it. We need to somehow remove the screen which is covering that. Freedom from thoughts. Wow, very good. Super. Then that is a blissful state. Great. What others? What other things? Anything else you think we should have freedom? Freedom from pleasure and pain. freedom from intellect. And the fourth one is freedom from senses, over intelligence of senses. Not totally free, but over intelligence. That's the right word. So senses, three things. Any other things? Okay, fine. Let me carry on. So the third one, even if I follow the 1 and 2, still we will not be able to 100% free ourselves from pain and pleasure, or we will not be able to reach the freedom from everything, including myself. So the including myself, right, is an important word again to note down. Right. Now the third one is freedom from attachments. Maharishi has written several poems. The attachment, Valluvar has written a great 10 poems about attachment. Attachment, if I have an attachment, pain will be there permanently. This is what one of his poems says. Means, if I am attached to something, permanently I will have pain in my life. If I get out of that attachment, then the pleasure will be permanent. He says in another poem. And in another poem, he says, the minute I cut my attachment, I am liberated. This is what exactly he says. That means the moment I cut my attachment, I am liberated. No more birth. Liberation means blissful life. No more cycle of birth continuing. So these are all the things Valluvar has written. But Maharishi has written that attachment means detached attachment is the real attachment. Attachment means, yes, I need money, I need good food, I need sensual enjoyment, I need people, I need power, I need name and fame. All I need for my life, to make my life journey beautiful, enjoyable, comfortable, I need all these things. There is no doubt in that. I like to be in swimming pool. So I jump into the swimming pool, but I should not sink my head inside the swimming pool. The moment I feel breathing difficulty, I have to take my head out of that. But if I am inside, I will die. Similarly, all these things, materialistic things, are necessary to enjoy the life, to satisfy my basic needs, or even little other needs, but I should not get submerged. I should not get over-indulged into that, so that I am not able to come out of it towards my perfection, towards my freedom from everything, because this is binding me. The moment I want a tasty chapati, tasty gravy, curry, that means I am binding. I am binding myself to that. I am free, not free from everything. I am not free from everything. So because food is essential, so you have that binding. Enjoy that food, no doubt at all. The moment the limit is there, I stop that limit. And how I should enjoy it, I am following that method also, limit and method. So now, forget about the sense. Here, attachment. Attachment only to 4 attachments. Money or materials, power, name and fame, and people. And sensual, senses. Okay. Now forget about sense, because I made that sensual freedom is another point, 4th point. So these 4 things. So now if you see their material attachment, if even 2 real worth of coffee cup is broke by wife, we get angry, means we are attached to that. It is broke. Whether I shout it or not, the coffee cup is not going to come back to that original shape. Finished, done. Why I have to get now upset for that? Why I have to, not only getting upset, now I'm shouting her. Come on, you can't handle, you can't keep this safe. What is this? So now why? Because I am attached to that 2 real worth of cup too much than my wife, who is going to live for me. She is living for my life. So then what kind of intellect working here? So the attachment is the basic reason which is guiding the intellect and giving the wrong emotion to behave wrongly, so that I am binded to this materialistic world permanently. I can't liberate myself. I can't free myself from everything. So attachment, I can have it, but I should detach it when something goes wrong. beyond my expectation or beyond my control. So detached attachment is the right one. I should follow it in my life so that I am free from attachment. Now, attachment to material is okay, money. Many times I used to think I have come to Qatar for 5 years, but I completed almost like 22 years, 23rd year I am running here. Are we attached to money here? That is not, is it not something wrong to be here because of money, which is the great thing which we get compared to our home country there? No, as long as you have the attachment, yes, it is wrong. If I don't have the attachment, whether you are in Qatar or you are in US or you are in a hometown or you are in a village, it doesn't matter how much freedom I have, how much bonding I have. If I am bonded to money, yes. No, whether even if I leave today, I have no problem, no regret at all. In fact, to me, yes, I think I said in my class, I have set target and I already got my financial freedom almost like 6, 7 years before. Anytime, money, absolutely fantastic, no issue at all. So like that, do we have freedom from everything? Not only financial freedom, everything, right? So here, freedom from attachment is money or materials, then power and name and fame. And name and fame also. There are in every organization, there are people who are after name and fame and they do wrong things. So even if we invited some friends to our home and they are taking the meals and somebody is telling that, wow, sambar is excellent. Then I immediately say, I only cut all the vegetables for sambar and that is why it is nice. I don't want her to take all the credit. I have done something. I need to take is attachment to power. Attachment to name and fame. I don't want to keep quiet when somebody is taking a credit, even if I contributed 1% for that. So, and the fourth one is the people. Maharishi, out of all four, Maharishi says only two things are seriously spoiling the humanity: attachment to the material, attachment to the people. The attachment to the people in the name of affection. Love is good, affection is bad. Love and affection, this is a big difference. There is one guy went to pizza shop, huge, heavy rain is there. And already environmental ministry all announced don't go out and things like that. At 9 o'clock, somebody with an umbrella and somebody came to a pizza shop to buy a pizza. And the guy gave the pizza there, and then that fellow is asking, come on, why you came here in such a thunder and all that, you came here, something like that he's asking. And why? Then I think, let me stop that example here. It's not going to be nice if I say that. Okay. For our friends. Okay, attachment, the people means if a boy, 6, 7-year-old boy, he went to the street to play and he came with a broken blood is coming because of fast he ran fast and so blood is coming, he fell down. So now the father is shouting him, saying that I told you many times, don't run too fast. That is why you broke your hand and now the blood is coming. See, you are suffering and we are suffering. What is you can't you not listen what we are telling? Can't you not obey this? Why you are all that shouting? That means here is a problem. He is attached to his son in the name of affection. He thinks that I have full control over him because he is son. If it is his brother's son, hey, come on, where it happened, what it happened, why it happened, cool, bring some ice, bring some tissue paper, let me. What kind of treatment here? The second one is a love towards his brother's son. The first one is an affection towards his son, and the treatment is different. The same is the treatment for a lady to her husband and to her father. Treatment are same if the mistake is same. Treatments are different, right? So we need to, Maharishi says in a beautiful poem, we have to perform with duty consciousness. The duty consciousness is irrespective of the relationship, irrespective of the affection, what we have with that object or with that person. So that is a kind of neutrality or equanimity we need to follow. So attachment to the people, affection and material attachment, these two things really making us to suffer all the time, to go after so many painful things. At the end, anything you go materialistically, anything you go after in this earth, whatever you see it, it's all temporary. So the pain or pleasure, the pleasure what we get out of is also temporary. And we have a bad thing which is happening science-wise. If I look for a good idli, idli is an object, and my biomagnetic wave keeps on expanding. It never stops there. So I will keep on going for, if this idli is good, maybe some other idli is also better where it is available. I will look for it. I will keep on expanding if I go after materialistic things, except the only one which is absolute space. So now the attachment to the five things, right? Materials, power, name and fame, people, and the fifth one is a sensual thing. So all that I need to take care of it. If I can do that, then I can free myself from everything. Otherwise, it is a problem. Now, the fifth one is the freedom from senses. Sorry, fourth one, freedom from senses, as somebody, Sunanda, pointed out. Sensual pleasures. Are we slave to senses, or senses are slaves to my intellect, or me, my consciousness? So if my tongue says, no, idli is so soft, take one more idli. Very nice, very, very tasty. If I eat one more idli beyond my digestive capacity, then I become slave to my senses. Senses overrules me. Maharishi has written a beautiful poem in which he says that the intellect, if the intellect operates as a slave to senses, this is natural. We all are like that only. Normally, senses takes the control over intellect. Intellect becomes powerless in front of senses. This is natural, he says, because we have been evolved from animals. Animals used senses for its survival. It did not have that intellect to overrule it. So it is natural for us to become addicted to senses. But those whose intellect is overruling the senses, that is the specialty. That is the higher degree of evolution. So that is what we need. So sensual pleasures, we can have it, but we should not get addicted to it, and we should be free from senses. I have done this experiment on my own because I am addicted to few stuff as well. After every meal, I need some sweet. I used to keep laddu, gulab jamun, and then I changed actually whenever, and then I think I shared it in many classes. When I came to Qatar, 98, and I had a boss, and I used to go with him to meet some customers, and he has an addiction of taking a chocolate every 1 hour or every 2 hours. So when I am in his car, he will stop the car in a supermarket because he is already obese. So he doesn't keep the chocolate safe. He doesn't keep with him because otherwise he will finish all at once. So he buys it whenever he needs it. So whenever I am in his car and he stops in a supermarket and buys a chocolate, one for him and one for him, and his favorite is a Milky Way, that one, the white color one. So so he used to take me many times, and now slowly I picked up. And what happened is, whenever I travel to Alcor, which is 100 kilometer, or Dukan 100 kilometer, Missile 45 kilometer, I really literally stop somewhere. I used to stop it, take the same Milky Way chocolate. So the others' influence, how much influence it has. Boss is not with me, but I literally stopped the car and purchased it not once, twice, maybe 1,000 times, maybe for many years. Now, anyway, I changed that sensual attachment to, we have kadalai mittai. In English, it's a peanut small sweet, okay, peanut with janggery. So I started taking that, or I started taking dates. Okay, this is for last 4-5 years. Now, since last 1 year, no, not 1 year, more than 2 years, not must at all. If my says that this is there, I will not take it, because I am just checking myself. Really, my tongue is asking, then I should never eat it. So, and many times it was tested by my wife, my kids. Daddy will take first. No, they talk. No, I said, no, I'm sorry, I don't need it. So these small stuff from morning to night, where I am addicted to my senses, where I am attached to my senses. Do some experiment, check it, free yourself from that. So slowly, we have to free ourselves from it. You can enjoy it absolutely fine, but we should not get addicted to it, right? So freedom from senses. And there are, I would say, I don't know whether in English it is correct or not, mindless entertainment. We enjoy something without mind, without using mind at all. The mindless entertainment, the one of the example is a WhatsApp. People take it to the washroom. Every 10 minutes, they have to just switch on the net or it is on. And I have to see, open the WhatsApp and see what is new. Nothing new came, but I wanted to see it. Mindless entertainment. All these are addicted to the senses. Eyes wanted to see it and the brain wants to hear it. See somebody else forwarded or what. How many people said nice to my comment. All that are looking for recognition, name, fame. The third one, and mainly senses here. So all that Maharishi has given a Panchendriya meditation for that. So we need to really use that to get out of that all these attachments. So we have seen, I think, totally 4 attachments. Freedom from 4 things: freedom from pain and pleasure, and freedom from intellect, freedom from attachments, freedom from senses. Now the last one is most important as well. To be free ourselves from everything. Freedom from diversity. Again, all these names, words, maybe a better word is possible, but based on my understanding, freedom from diversity. Unity in diversity. All are our families, just to think, if I have to become one with the divinity, and if everything is a divinity, where is the separation here? But we see differences. This is my wife. This is my telephone. This is my shirt. This is a snake. This is the dog. You have to see the diversity. Absolutely, it is essential for our living. But that is not the end of it. In order to do my duty safely, effectively, to 100% perfection, I need to know the differences. But I have to perform my thoughts, words, actions by considering everything as unity, everything as oneness. Otherwise, I am not free from everything. If I have to be free from everything is same, then I am not free. I am one. Where is freeing myself from something? There is no do, there is no two, there is no dualism. It's only one, Advaita. So everything is one. Where is the question of freeing myself? I am not in any jail. So why I have to free myself? So freeing myself from everything, freeing myself from diversity. Diversity is essential. Maharishi has given 7 things. Everybody is different. People are different in 7 aspects. And for that, there are 16 reasons for why people are different. That difference will be there, but I am considering everything as one. Now, what I should do? If I have that freedom of doing that by considering all as one, then I attained the state of divine realization. Sama plus Adi, Samadhi state. That means what I think it will happen and what is possible only I will think, and that is a blissful life. The problem is here, incompatible people around us. We will have as many as incompatible people as equal to my imprints, negative imprints. So they are not incompatible. Maharishi has written in another poem, Kutravali endru Pavi yarum. There is no sinner in this world. They have come to cleanse my karma. So there is nothing wrong in any people. Maybe for our intellect, based on my database, we see them as sinners, criminals, mistakers, or they don't know anything, and why they do like that. All those things are coming. We see them as different. But in real sense, it is not so. Incompatible people around us, we have to accept them. If we don't accept them, I am bonded to them. Why he has to bond my happiness, my suffering? So I need to be away, not away. I need to free myself from incompatible people. All the people around us, there will be some differences. Diversity is there, but consider as unity. Everybody is one. Absolute space is compressing everything. Only humanity is separating. We are making everyone as different, separate, away from me. And humanity is trying to unite everything so that we all are one. There is no difference. Vasudeva Kutumbaka means we all are one family. When Maharishi was taking a lunch in one of the members' house, disciples' house, and when he sits on a table or something, small, scratch, little bit of blood came out of that little finger. And all the 10 people in the house, host and other masters, everybody was tensed. Everybody is bringing something to make, take care of that. Small blood comes out. You know what Maharishi said there? You all are worried about this small droplet of blood coming from my little finger. In this second, in this world, how many people are suffering? Small, not small droplet. So many people are suffering with worse than this. Did you ever think of that? For him, everybody, the whole universe is his family. For us, restriction is there, constraint is there, no freedom. I am in a jail of my family, my money, all that. So we have to get out of the jail. For that, freedom from diversity. Freedom from diversity can happen only by considering all as divine. Right? So for that, Maharishi has given Turiyatit meditation and Irai divine realization, divine state meditation. So all that meditation will help. And if we can do that, definitely we will be able to accept everyone. And that is the freedom from diversity. So now, freedom from pain and pleasure, freedom from intellect, freedom from attachment, freedom from senses, freedom from diversity. All these are important for us to achieve, and that is really the spiritual growth towards self-realization or divine realization. So in simple words, if I am growing, how I know that how much I am free myself from everything? If we can evaluate ourselves, then I can work on it to improve myself to in that direction, right? Just think these three things. To depend on nothing, to expect nothing, to ask nothing. I don't need to ask the divinity also. I don't need to ask anything. I don't depend on anything. I don't expect anything. Means to expect nothing, to ask nothing, to depend nothing. How much we are in that level? If we can just do a simple self-assessment, then we know where I stand. And then slowly, we grow ourselves and towards that perfection, right? And that will make us what is possible only we will think, and what we think will happen, and that is a blissful life. So with this I conclude, and I'm sorry I took some more time. So if any questions is there, please feel free to ask. I hope it makes some sense to you, and think about each freedom. Try, if you could,